Feel amazing with this simple boost? What if I told you that a simple nutrient could boost your brain power, protect your heart, fight inflammation, and even help your skin glow? Today we're diving deep into one of the most powerful, often overlooked nutrients in the human diet, omega-3 fatty acids. You have probably heard of them, maybe from your doctor, maybe on a supplement bottle, but most people still don't really understand what omega-3s do, why they matter, and how to get the right kind. Let's change that for you right now. Omega-3s are essential fatty acids, and when we say essential, we really mean it. Your body can't make them on its own. You have to get them through diet, and that makes getting the right amount absolutely critical. Now, omega-3 belongs to the polyunsaturated fat family, often called the good fats. What makes them good? Their structure. The multiple double bonds on omega-3s gives them flexibility, and that same flexibility keeps the walls of your cells fluid and functional. Think of it this way: your cells are like tiny bubbles, and omega-3s help those bubbles stay elastic. That flexibility allows the cells to absorb nutrients more efficiently, send them signals more clearly, and adapt better to stress and aging. So now let's just break down the three key players in the omega-3s, the ALA, the EPA, and DHA. Each plays a unique role, and not all are created equal. ALA stands for alpha-linolenic acid. It's found in plant-based sources like flax seeds, chia seeds, hemp seeds, walnuts, and leafy greens. Sounds healthy? Right, and it is. But here's the catch. ALA is only the starting material. Your body must convert it into EPA and DHA, the omega-3s that actually power your heart, brain, and the immune system. And guess what? That conversion isn't very efficient. Only about 5 to 10% of ALA is converted to EPA, and less than 1% becomes DHA. That's a problem because EPA and DHA are where the real magic happens. So let's meet EPA. That's eicosapentaenoic acid. EPA is your body's natural anti-inflammatory warrior. It helps regulate the immune response, controls inflammation, and even influence mood and mental clarity. EPA converts into resolvins and protectants, powerful compounds that help resolve inflammations and begin healing. That's why EPA is studied for heart disease, arthritis, depressions, and even autoimmune conditions. It cools down the fire before it turns into lasting damage. And then there's the DHA, that's docosahexaenoic acid. This one, it's the brain builder. DHA is the most abundant fatty acids in the brain and the eyes. In fact, your brain is made up of about 60% fat, and DHA forms a major part of that structure. DHA supports faster nerve signal transmission, better cognitive performance, and visual acuity. Low levels are linked to cognitive decline, Alzheimer's, mood disorders, and poor focus. And it's especially crucial during pregnancy and early childhood when brain development is in overdrive. When your body doesn't get enough EPA or DHA, the results aren't always obvious at first. You might feel a little foggy, you might struggle with mood, focus, or joint stiffness, but over time, the cause becomes clear. Chronic inflammation builds, memory starts to slip, your heart works harder, your eyes dry out, your skin ages faster. And most people today, yes, most are deficient. Why? Because we are eating too much processed food and not enough fatty fish or whole food rich in real omega-3s. To recap, ALA is the plant-based precursor, EPA fights inflammation, DHA builds your brain and supports your eyes. And while ALA has value, you can't rely on it alone. For deep cellular protection and long-term wellness, EPA and DHA are the key. Now let's talk about how omega-3s actually help your body. First, your heart. Omega-3s can lower triglyceride, reduce blood pressure, slow plaque buildup, and lower the risk of sudden cardiac death. That's not hype. That's backed by real clinical studies. Now your brain. DHA is essential for brain structure and function. It improves memory, mood, and cognitive clarity. EPA, on the other hand, shows promise for depression, anxiety, and even ADHD. And then there's pregnancy. Babies need DHA to build their brain and eyes. Mothers who supplement with omega-3s during fatty acids tend to have babies with better vision, higher IQs, and reduced risk of early labor. And finally, let's talk about inflammation. Omega-3s turn into compounds that help resolve inflammation, not just suppress it. That's why they're helpful in conditions like arthritis, asthma, lupus, and even acne. We're in the middle of a health crisis that no one talked about. And it's not just about sugar. It's not just about lack of exercise. It's about fat, especially the wrong kind of fat. Today, the average diet is flooded with omega-6 fatty acids. These come from seeds and vegetable oils like soybeans, corn oils, sunflowers, cottonseed oil, and the vegetable oil blends used in nearly every processed food. Now, omega-6s aren't evil. Your body actually needs them, but the problem is imbalance. Expert estimates that our ancestors consumed omega-3 and omega-6 fats in 1-to-1 ratio. That balance kept inflammation in check. But today, the ratio has skyrocketed to 15-to-1. In some population, it's even worse, 20-to-1. That's 15 parts inflammation promoting fat to 1 part anti-inflammatory fat. This lopsided ratio has a real cost. Omega-6 fats are pro-inflammatory. They signal your body to ramp up immune activity, swell tissues, and form clots. Meanwhile, omega-3s help cool things down, resolve inflammation, and repair damage. But when your body is drowning in omega-6s, the omega-3s can't keep up. This chronic low-grade inflammation has been linked to nearly every major modern disease. Heart disease, depression, Alzheimer's, metabolic syndrome, obesity, autoimmune conditions, even cancer. It's not just what you eat, it's what your body becomes over time. An inflamed body, a reactive brain, a weakened immune system. And here's the thing, most people have no idea because this crisis is silent and there is no headline, there is no breaking news, and it's in your pantry, in your lunchbox, in your favorite chips and salad dressing. It's even in so-called health food. The solution isn't to eliminate fat. The solution is to rebalance your fat. Cut back on processed seed oils. Replace them with healthier fats like olive oil, avocado oil, and coconut oil. And most importantly, bring omega-3s back into your life through fatty fish, through algae oils, through conscious and consistent action. The omega-3 crisis is real, but you have the power to change your ratio, and what you do, you change your biology from inside out. Alright, so now let's talk about solutions. If you have been wondering, how do I actually get more omega-3s into my day? Well, this is it. Fatty fish are your gold standard. Why? Because they deliver EPA and DHA directly, no conversions needed. These are heavy hitters that feed your brain, protect your heart, and cool inflammation fast. Here are the top pick. Salmon, about 2,000 milligrams of omega-3s in a 3 ounce of serving. Sardines, small but mighty, with 1,000 milligrams per servings. Mackerel, rich, flavorful, and around 1800 milligram per servings. Herring and trout, also excellent options. Aim for 2 to 3 servings of fatty fish per week. That's the sweet spot for most people. Now, if you're a plant-based, you have got options too, but there's a catch. Chia seeds, flax seeds, hemp seeds, walnuts, they are rich in ALA, the plant-based omega-3s. But there's the thing, your body converts only about 5 to 10% of ALA into EPA and DHA, and that conversion can drop even lower with age, stress, or poor health. So while these plant-based foods are healthy and supportive, they aren't enough on their own to meet your brain and heart's omega-3 needs. Algae oil, a plant-based EPA DHA solution. But here's some good news. The algae-based DHA supplement exists, and they are game changer for vegan and vegetarians. Algae oil contains DHA and sometimes EPA straight from the source. Because guess what? Fish gets their omega-3s from eating algae too. If you're plant-based and serious about long-term brain, eye, and heart health, this is your go-to supplement. So let's talk about supplements. If you don't eat fatty fish often or at all, this is your insurance policy. Here are your main options. Fish oil, the most common and affordable. Look for one that's high in EPA, DHA, purified to remove heavy metals and third-party tested. Krill oil, a smaller dose can go a long way because it's more bioavailable, plus it contains antioxidants like astaxanthin. Algae oil, perfect for plant-based users and equally effective at raising DHA. Ready for labels? You want at least 1,000 milligram combined EPA DHA per day for therapeutic benefits like reducing inflammation and supporting mood. You might need 2,000 to 3,000 milligram under professional guidance. Taking your omega-3s daily, keep it simple. Store your bottle somewhere you will see it, like next to your toothbrush or your coffee makers. Pair it with food, especially fats, to boost absorptions. Choose liquid or soft gel form based on what's easiest for you to stick with. Omega-3s are not just a nutrient, they are a lifelong ally. From pregnancy to old age, they fuel your brain, your heart, your joints, your mood. Whether you get them from wild-caught fish, a high-quality capsule, or an algae dropper, just make sure you're getting enough. When it comes to longevity, clarity, and calm, omega-3s aren't optional, they are essential. For general health, aim for 250 to 500 milligram of EPA and DHA daily. If you have heart disease, inflammatory issues, or mental health concerns, you may need more. Up to 2,000 or even 3,000 milligram daily under medical supervision. Want to know your labels? Well, you can measure your omega-3 index with a simple blood test. Less than 4% means you are at risk. 8% or more, that's optimal. Let's bust some myths. Is flaxseed oil enough? Not really. It gives you ALA, but not the potent EPA and DHA your body needs. Can vegetarians meet their needs? It's tough, but possible with algae oil. Are there side effects? Omega-3s are safe for most people, but too much, over 3 grams a day, can thin your blood. Always talk to your doctor, especially if you're on a medication. Do you need to take it daily? Yes, your body doesn't store it long. Daily intake keeps your cells nourished and protected. Omega-3s are not a fad. They are foundational for your heart, your brain, your mood, your immune system, and your future. Don't wait for health scare to take action. Start today. Add fatty fish to your meals. Choose the right supplement. Get your labels tested. Because when it comes to omega-3s, it's not just about living longer, it's about living better. Stay healthy, stay informed, and take control of your wellness journey. Thank you.
Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.